How's it, guys? Afternoon.
Howdy, sir.
Howdy, howdy, howdy doody. So it's all action as expected. Going into tomorrow's CPI, eh?
Yes, and looking forward to it.
Well, not just the trade, it's quite fun. It's just to try and get some direction. Because, you know, we've got a big, this is particularly important. When you get a big one coming up, everyone goes quiet. And then, you know, it becomes, it's like, it goes so quiet. As you can see, the gold's been trading in a range of how much today? Right, a little dip down there, but overall probably about the $3-4 range, which is pretty. Dollar's been a bit aimless as well. It's still sort of drifting down. Might give some more tailwind to gold, but pretty quiet. It's 4 o'clock start, yeah. Bit of tailwind to gold, so I'm still positive on the gold, but it's come off a bit, to be fair. So it should happen any time. Although the yields have gone up a little bit, so maybe that's slowed it down. I don't know. Anyway, it's drifting. I think more thin trade than anything else. We've got a dollar-yen out at the moment. Some guys took it, some guys didn't. Been hovering around. So it's down slightly. Got in at 33.10. And I see clearly it's a little bit up at the moment, but you see it's hovering. So dollar's coming off. So in theory, it should come off a bit more soon. NZDCHF is the other one we looked at this morning. I got it written down here, so a couple of guys must have taken it. We got on that one at 25, and that's slightly up. So one slightly down, one slightly up, and gold's pretty even Steven. So it's been pretty quiet this afternoon, to be honest. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, don't expect much action this afternoon, or even tomorrow morning, come to that. The action will be happening, and if it goes well, and there's a big difference, you should make up for all the patience you've had waiting for that time to come through. You should be quick and fast if something happens. In other words, got to be. Obviously, we don't know that, but you've got to have a disparity between the expected and the actual to get the action going.
Roger, but I see they're already looking at the forecast, and the guys are busy looking at 25 basis points hike in May.
I was wondering to you up to you. Yeah. Okay, go for it.
So it seems that already the market is looking at, or is more than 70% for the fact that we're going to have a 25% basis point. They're busy working it in. So I'm not too sure if the CPI will have that much of an influence. You?
I do. Yeah, I do. Absolutely. That's what they're thinking. They don't know. That's what they're thinking, but it'll be confirmed. If they find that CPI figures are much higher than expected, here that's inflationary. They could definitely say 25. It could actually go up to maybe 70%, saying 50 or something like that. Absolutely, it'll make a difference, depending what comes in. Again, and these guys sending stuff out like media does. They're speculating. They don't know until it comes out, and then the reaction. That's it. That's what they're hungry for news to send out. We're hungry to get them something to work on. Just wait till it comes out. Have your buy stop, sell stop. The rest is just guesswork. I'll read out to you, actually. I think you might be reading the same thing. Markets are set to focus incoming US inflation print to predict the likelihood of a Fed rate hike in May, which investors are betting will likely be the last in this cycle. Most people are, yeah. The betting looming inflation print means CPI, basically. Okay, at the time of writing, Fed funds futures point to a 71%, like you mentioned, chance another 25 basis point rate hike, and next month's FOMC meeting reverting to expectations held to the recent banking turmoil and Silicon Valley Bank collapse we all know about. Headline CPI print that's higher than the forecast 5.1% year-on-year figure should shore up support for the US dollar in the lead up to next May's rate hike. The pressure evidence of stubbornly high US core inflation will also keep gold price subdued in sub 2K terror, limiting upside for US equities. What seems to be happening at the moment is not really much, it's hovering around 2K, yeah. Let's just move it down a little bit. Let's get this guy in. However, if US disinflation is showing to be gathering pace, there's lower price than expected, as price pressures fall more sharp than expected, that may offer further upside impetus for the precious metal and risk assets, in other words, shares and indices, and undermine the dollar's rebound from the past week. Well, we all know that, so that's fair enough. Okay, that's nothing new on that one. Ultimate CPI print will be used to validate the recent rhetoric by Fed officials who are still focused on restoring price stability, even as such attempts are being more complicated by a still tight labor market, as well as the unexpected increase of unexpected OPEC crude oil supply cuts, which will be taking place in May. So that's just a quick read out on that. So yeah, that's more or less what we've been talking about, or I've been talking about, whatever. So again, goes back to anything. Make of that what you may. I'm telling you right now, you don't know until the figures come out. Simple as that. You can have a bet with your mate, say, I think it's going to be lower, and your mate can say it's a bit higher or whatever. It doesn't matter. Till the figures come out, and then the reaction to all that. And that's why we'll do that straddle trade tomorrow and act on that. Yeah, this is speculating what the gold price is going to be in 3 days' time. Have some fun if you like, but you don't know.
No, I agree with you. We need to see what's the fact of the matter. But if I look at it, for example, the CPI figures of China that was announced this morning, yeah, it seems it's deflationary. The CPI figures from Brazil that was announced around about 2 o'clock seems to be deflationary. All is better than expected, although the figures is red. So it seems that it's not the whole world that is inflation-wise higher up, like the United States.
Well, the UK is not doing too well. Fed inflation at the moment in the last figures. But yeah, China's a bit better, but they had a pretty high CPI last time. So that's also true. So that might well be it. And then if it is a bit lower, then you'll see the shares go up, the NAS will go up. Gold should come off. Is that correct way? Yeah, gold should come off and the dollar should come off. So we'll see. But either way, as long as it's different, we want a difference between the expected and the actual to get a move. What we want is movement, not indecision, because it's exactly the same as last month. So the market just didn't know what to do. It jumped around, didn't know what to make of it. It was expected. You don't want the expected, you want the unexpected to get the movement, you know. So yeah, that's what we want. And then we get the movement, then we've got a smile. Okay. Hope the other guys are all with me on this. We're talking about the CPI, US coming out, figures coming out, +2, consumer price index. And that gives a big point to inflation and what the Fed's likely to do about it. And that will have, we'll use the euro dollar as normal on it. And if it strengthens, obviously it'll go up. If it weakens, it'll go down because the base currency is not the dollar, it's the euro. That's why it's back to front. So weaker dollar, therefore, obviously means a jump up in the euro. Stronger dollar means you go down because the euro being the base currency. Hope you've all got that. Okay, so those who want to join, Obviously, not on demo accounts. We only can get about 100 or so people in. That's the maximum. So don't sort of come on if you only got 200-300 rand on a demo account, because somebody else might not be able to get in because of that. You can trade it, sort of thing. You need to clearly have money in your account to do it. So yeah, and then do it. Make sure you know what your volumes are, because you get a lot of people about 3 minutes before data release saying, "Can I put the position in now? What volume must I put in?" Well, first of all, how would I know? Because I don't know what's in your account. Well, I can look it up, but I'm not doing it right before the release of the figures. So I can't make that suggestion. I know you've got 1,000, 10,000, or 20,000, or 50,000, or whatever. So you've got to know what your volumes are, and now then I'll go through the process tomorrow. Okay. If you've got a quiet moment, people are not sure, go through it now. Might bore a few people who know it inside out now, but that's only if you don't have any trade, which I think is fairly quiet today, actually. We got 3 out, which is actually pretty damn good. Our goal was mine, but NZDCHF was, who was that? I think that was Pietro, US JPY. I've got a name down there. I'm not sure it was me or somebody, I don't know. But I'm surprised we got anything out because it's been so quiet. But we'll see how those move. As I say, one's even Stevens, one's a bit in profit, one's a little bit down, but it's very, very quiet. I'm telling you right now, in my opinion, I'm pretty sure I'm right, is even more important than the jobs report. And normally the jobs report's the king of the fundies, but I think this one's even more so. So everyone is sort of sitting in tenterhooks waiting. That's why it's such little volatility and movement, which makes it a bit boring for trading perspective. But if it has a big difference, you could make it up in a day. A whole week's trading becomes right. I've seen guys pick up 100, 150 pips on that one straddle trade. What a pleasure. Remember, if you aim at about 100, 125 or so a week on a consistent basis, you know, you'll be doing fine. So if you pick it up in one trade, you know, then it puts a smile back on all the faces. Okay. Okay, we just looked at 3 trades. Don't forget, I think if any new guys in here, I think you've all got it, but just in case, I'm doing my normal thing. Put the dollar index, please copy and paste it. Don't sort of say, what's that, when I posted it, because there it's for you. There we are. And I'll put in don't forget to keep this minimized. Very important, the economic calendar, vital in fact, keep it minimized and revisit it, keep an eye on it, because you don't want to be going into something when a major economic fundamental news comes out. It could affect positively, but it could affect negatively which way you're going. It happened, I think, one of the guys trading for PAM, actually, forget who it was, I'm not sure I can mention anyway. And he went in before a CPI, not a straddle trade, a sell or buy, one or the other. Anyway, it went the opposite way, and he didn't do him any favors, put it that way. I've seen a few new names here. It's good stuff to have some new names in here. Come in to join us. Don't forget, you can post on the chat line. Welcome. If you're new here, we'll post on the chat line as normal, or unmute if you want to chit chat, like I was just chatting to Farney there. If you come up with anything you want to look at on the trades, I can do that. And anything to do, like look at if you look at the chat line now, I've posted indices for the dollar indices and the economic calendar. So, you know, just check this out, have a pen and paper. If you're not sure of something, you know, act on it, you know, go on the chat line. It's no good coming to the trading room and not frightened to ask, and then go into a live chat a day later and ask the same question, because it will be referred to me as trading support. And, you know, I'll think, why didn't you ask that? We had the screens up on Zoom, it'd be a lot easier to explain it. So interact. I know it's a bit disillusioned. You think, hang on, I thought to make a quick buck getting this, but no, it's a bit of stuff's got to be learned, like anything. So don't forget it. The earlier grind hopefully will pay off. The only thing does come up and hit us sometimes is awkward movements of the short-term moves of the market, which sometimes can be very strange, but nothing I can do about that or anybody can do that. But just make sure you got the stuff you can control in order. Okay, and please interact, ask questions, because otherwise, clearly you won't learn from it, and that's what we're here for, to be asked so we can help. And I try to be upfront. If I don't know, I'll pass it on. Okay, H+3, the markets opened, see what happened on the NAS. not much, and I thought fairly quiet. Come off a little bit on the 15-minute chart, but nothing extraordinary. I've seen bigger movements than that. What's it now? 14 through. Well, it's come off a fair bit, I suppose. About 70 pips, but normally does that in about a minute or two of opening. So it is very quiet. By NASDAQ standards, it's very quiet. But I suggested hold on to your short, go in short. If you were just slightly in profit at the moment, but how will be maintained, I don't know. It does jump around. What I said before, that's the normal index. Do not trade the Dow or the NASDAQ if you've got small funds. It's too big. You need to go and get the micro. If you haven't got the micro, let me know and I'll show you how to get it.
Roger, is there any possibility that we are going to get the micro S&P 500?
No, I don't think at the moment I haven't seen them get at the S&P 500 at all. There's been so many data issues from our data provider, which is MetaTrader. Not, they provide us the data, we pay for it. There's been a lot of data issues in the S&P, so we've actually made, unless it's changed, as far as I know, they haven't changed. I'll just make absolutely sure that you can only exit, you can close only. Look at the specification, guys, and you scroll down. It says close only. Number one. Number two, I'm not for a micro on the S&P. What the hell for? It's only 4,000. I can see a mic on a 12 or 13,000 or 30,000 product like the Dow and the NAS. But why have a micro on S&P? It's only 4,000. So you might as well do it on the normal one. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, the contract size is 10. That's 4,000. The contract size on the Dow is 10 on a 33,000. So a standard lot exposure is 10 times this figure here in dollars. That's $336,000. What's that? About 5-6 million rand or whatever. Yeah, it's about 6 million rand exposure to standard lot. This one is only $40,000. What's that? About 700,000 rand exposure to standard lot. A fraction of it. So you can go on a micro. I'll show what I mean. Just make absolutely sure what I mean by this. Let's say you enter a buy on this. Don't really go for it. Buy or sell. We'll do a buy. What the hell? We'll do a sell. I think we're going to do down. You can put the sell up there. You can put maybe the TP up there. It's only 65 pips. We do that all the time on the Forex. There's no real need for it. Can't see the point. Even talk the FTSE as well, but it's only 7,000. And if you got the FTSE, it's half the size. So why do you do a micro? And number two, why would you anyway, unless you specialize it, when you've got a far better instrument than the NAS and the Dow, especially the NAS? So I can't see the point of it. But anyway, that being as it may, we don't have it anyway because we get these data issues. Simple as that.
Okay, thank you. Makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, good. That's the main thing. I hope it makes sense. Good. I would leave that alone. They got this supply increase coming in, decrease coming in, which has been coming in May, remember, and that's already been priced into the market. So to jump in now for a buy finally on this one, well, first the thing you do look in, what are the buyers and sellers doing on the daily chart? Excuse my language, absolutely FA. You know what I'm saying? So why would you join it? What was this day? It was all these holidays, I forget which it is now. That was the 6th of April. Nothing happened. Look at that, complete doji candle. Look at this, not much there, and look at this, sod all there. Why would you buy or sell that? That any news has come out to be discounted. It's a pretty high now. We have the trade idea which hit TP coming out. Where was it? Down here somewhere. I hit the TP in the end. It might go up a bit, or it might come off. I don't know, but the slight. I think it might go up a little bit, to be fair, when the actual decrease supply takes place, right? A slight $1.02 jump, simply because it's now actually been done. But most of that movement's been priced in. So, and I can't see any particular trajectory anywhere here. What would you do? Do you want to buy it, sell it? Flip the coin and take your chance. If you want to sell it,
I understand that. I just see that last week figures on the storage product was lower, so it may be not priced in. So I'm waiting for the figures to see what's going to happen today on the storage of the oil.
Yeah, that's correct. Well, it's more, what's it today? It's not the storage today, it's something else. It's usually on Wednesday. Let's have a look here. Today, I've got the wrong day up. Give me a second. Where's Tuesday here? Short-term energy outlook. That's nothing to do with, that's coming at 6. It's 4:30 tomorrow is the inventories coming out on the crude oil. That's tomorrow. Anything happened last week, that's already clearly been priced in. So, no, I absolutely strongly suggest, unless you want to gamble on it, stay out of it. If you have a thing you want to short it, put a stop up here. It's only $4 away, about there, and then you get a TP down here somewhere. Certainly get your risk reward. If you want to buy it before it's $4, you got to get it somewhere down here, and then you got to aim up here to make it worth your while. That would cut it up there. If you think it's going to get a 93, buy it. If down, sell it. I wouldn't touch it at the moment. There's no reason for me to touch that at the moment. The only way I would touch that is if I had absolutely no costs and I was sitting in front and scalping the bloody thing, taking $0.50 here, $0.50 there, whatever. And even that, I think you might get a bit bored. What's he doing the 15 minutes? Make it 1 hour. There. What's he doing the 1 hour? The last hour it's coming up 40 cents. I suppose you could take that if you wanted. The previous hour was a little bit better, about 70 cents. Yeah, I suppose you could. Maybe you could short it down on a range trade so you can grab a quick 30, 40 cents range trade. But you can't do it because of costs at the moment. But anyway, I personally wouldn't touch it. Probably suggest you don't either. I can't say as a lean to any other way. I tell you what I can't say because nobody else can. Otherwise, we're getting some traction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, absolutely solid traction.
Agree. Now I see. Now the API weekly crude stock will be announced later at 10:30.
No.
That is a 2-star.
Okay, yeah, the crude, yeah. Most people are traders on the Brent and the WTI. It's not as, it's traded big time, but nothing like the other two. So it's a 2-star, you're right, somewhere down there. But I wouldn't worry about that too much. The more impact, even on the inventories tomorrow, more impact will come out as regards what the OPEC do.
No, right. Thank you, Roger.
I tell you what will happen if that election, let's say next week, and Trump got in, then he would almost certainly open up the Keystone Pipeline. And even he won't, it's not a switch flicker, he's got to get onto it, but he would sort of announce he's going to do it, and then you'd start suddenly see the oil price coming on. Because the pressure that Biden had from closing it, because all the Greenpeace warriors or the eco warriors are against it, you know. So we will obviously over, because he was the biggest producer in the world when he was in charge for that, and they said he was doing too much damage, getting electric cars. Both sides got a point, but whether it's got a point or not, it did actually increase the petrol price, which made a lot of people not very happy, understandably. I think you know your back pocket usually comes first in most things, eh?
That's true. Any suggestions on stock?
Yeah, let's have a look. I think that for a moment, yeah. I still think Microsoft you got a chance with, unless we've missed it. Looks like you might have missed it, actually. I want to get around about these figures here. It's already come off. Remember, I mentioned it last time. I don't know what took it, actually. Yeah, it's come off. I want to do this one. It's come off too much.
No, I've took it, and then on the 290 stop loss, I was knocked out. So that was the second one. Yeah, remember we had a discussion last week, Wednesday, about it. So Tembi and myself was unfortunate traders at that point in time.
Okay. But I think it was almost today, Monday. Today's Monday, right? Tuesday, of course, it's the holiday. Tuesday today, so that was clearly was Friday. Was it open on Friday? The 10th, yeah, that was Friday. Some weren't open on Friday, and I think it was Thursday was the last I looked at, and I thought that was a good possibility coming off. Anyway, we'll chase it.
No, sorry for the interruption, Roger. Yesterday was the 10th. I couldn't understand looking at the shares now that the New York Stock Exchange was open. They did trade yesterday. There you can see on the 10th.
Yeah, the reason for that, I think, it's a half-day job, because they were closed on Friday, and they couldn't be closed Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's like on Christmas Eve and New Year's New Year's Eve. They often do come in the morning, close about lunchtime. So they had a little bit. So I think it was fairly quiet, as you can see. I wasn't anywhere near the computer. I could check stuff on my phone, but I had to do some studying on stuff. I've got to do CPD, which you've got to do certain hours every year to keep up your qualifications. So I did a bit of that yesterday instead. But that being as it may, where was it? Yeah. So now we're chasing now. It's a bit of support there. It might get a bounce back, but I'm all for selling around these levels. But I think leave it alone. A bit late to chase it out. CPI could change everything on that basis. Anything to do with the dollar, the shares, indices will be affected. Gold as well. Certain extent, probably some of the other currencies as well. But those. So we chase that for the moment. Netflix is doing quite well, hey? Yeah, I still wouldn't be chasing that. Trying to think of some shares. The big stock ones seem a bit sideways on what's Amazon doing. That's right on the support area there. Apple. No, I don't see anything. So I'm going through quickly to see if I can find anything. Baba, leave it alone. It's given us more, it's given us money that more Ashland's worth. Leave bloody Boeing alone. Berkshire, girl, what's the name? Warren Buffett. What's happening there? Due for a pullback, right on resistance. In fact, I'll be honest, I think I could have pulled back, but the CPI could affect it. But if it wasn't for that, I would say I think that's likely to have a pullback from there, as you can see, but not enough to give you to advise a deal, basically. So we'll leave that. Sorry, new guys, and well, sorry, everybody, including myself. It is going to be quiet going into tomorrow. Uppers too. I'm telling you right now. Hope to goodness we get a decent differential. If it's exactly the same, it's going to be frustrating. We want a differential, and then we can get a good understanding what Powell's going to do with the interest rates, inflation, etc. It might be disinflationary or inflationary. Quite frankly, I don't care as long as we get some indication, because the lack of market indication is unbelievably frustrating, and especially newer guys joining, they don't know this. You're just starting. Fair enough, you're just starting. And they're wondering why nothing's happening. We're supposed to be trading them. I want to trade and join this to sit in my hands, you know, and don't have anything. And it's not our fault because there's nothing happening in the sodding market. And they keep looking at me as if I'm going to make it happen. I'm a wondrous fellow, but I'm not that wondrous. So yeah, frustrating. I was promised this. Where's my trades? Well, I haven't got any for you. Sorry, mate. Hewlett Packard and other tech stocks that might get some coming back on it. That's a bad possibility, but again, I'm just scared of the CPI thing. I think it's going to be a bit boring today, I'm afraid.
Yeah, but Roger.
Yeah.
Yes, I see. It seems like Tesla is doing well since he dropped most of his model prices again today. The selling prices.
Yeah. One of the things I was studying yesterday was asset manager. He deals with this sort of thing, and he asked about he can't tell what's going to happen in the short term, but he says in the long term he's extremely bullish on Tesla, extremely bullish. And so that was quite an interesting point. So he's an asset manager. That's what he deals in full time. That's what he does. I'm qualified for equity, but I don't specialize it. And this guy's, he's doing it. That made it quite interesting. So I think that Tesla, if he thinks bullish, why should I think otherwise? And it's certainly sideways at the moment. So again, we can look for Tesla to move back up again. So we shall see. But again, I wouldn't touch it now. That's my opinion. The only thing I might look at to touch, because it's what we call a defensive stock, and that's Walmart, because it deals in food and everyone's going to eat. It's slower than the tech stocks, but it's a little bit more stable. And as you can see from the price action, slow, it's a bit of an understatement. But that's the only one I think I could remain reasonably bullish on but preferably around about these levels here. Maybe 148. I'm just sitting about $1 or so away. Look how slow it is. God, let's call it 149. God, it's only $1 away, and that's in the last. Well, it had to be Easter. I get that, but still. But that's the only thing I could say I'm reasonably bullish on is that one. But bullish what? Bullish like a slow boat to China. It's going the right direction or traffic jam, but it's grindingly slow. And of course, ignore this, guys. That was just a glitch in the market. Got nothing to do with the price. Ignore it completely. I could put a big vertical line. Ignore it. That was a cock up back. Anyway, never mind. Ignore that. Okay, so where was I? Yes, it's looking at it's painfully slow. So that's why I'm a little bit wary of it. But it's the only one I'd just be slightly bullish on that I can think of. Maybe Coca-Cola. What about that? I haven't traded that for a long time. It's still up here. Fine. What is Coca-Cola? Yeah, Cola. The knockout KO. That's your problem. You see, too many glitches. That's the other one I'd be fairly positive on. People still drink Coke. It's one of the best, if not the best known brand names in the world. Good in brandy, but a bit sweet on its own, in my opinion. But that's another story. Yeah, so that's the other one. But look, it's still look at it. Look at those candles, painfully slow. Okay, so if you can think of something there on the stock base, great. We'll definitely have a look at it. Any question to ask, please to do that. We're trading the floor. If you're not sure of strategy, come along in here. Then you can ask and say, yeah, position size calculator. Some guys still not quite sure how to use that. We can do all that sort of stuff. Get those things ironed out, if you like. Smooth out the edges in quieter moments. Okay. I can, of course, put my name up. Put my name up. Just take a few seconds. I'll probably bore the guys who know this already. Just explain the function I have compared to the account manager. It'll be all mix this up. So anyway, you got my number. Remember, the account manager is there to assist you open your accounts or anything on the intermediary areas that you require. If you should have the details anyway, but if you don't, get them on the portal. Account manager details are all on there. That's the sort of thing you go to about. When it comes to trading advice or assistance, then you come to me, because you've got to be regulated and represented with the Financial Service Conduct Authority, FSCA, basically. To be able to legally give advice. Okay, so they can't give you advice. If they give you a trading signal, it can't be one of theirs. It's got to be copied from, well, basically mine, to be honest. Not saying I know better than them, they might know better. I have no problem with that. It just says you might be a better driver than me. If I've got a license on the road and you haven't, tough, you know what I'm saying? So, but the bottom line is there is a difference. We work together and not against each other. And I like some other guys who know, and I'm very happy with whoever their account manager is. I like their loyalty, and I said, yeah, that's great. You stick with it, fantastic. But from trading support areas, you come to myself. Okay, so please, no demo questions. I put the net number up. I don't want guys coming and say, Kelvin, I can't find the accounts. It's on the demo. No broker is going to advise you on the demo. That's just there to, well, learn how to operate the platform. And please have it funded. And then when I say funded, that doesn't mean 50 rand, no. My time's reasonably expensive, and brokerage generating a 50 rand account doesn't justify. I'm sorry to say, to be quite harshly honest, and that should be common sense, but it doesn't always seem to be that way. So obviously, in a properly funded account, and want to take this seriously, and I'll assist you. I don't teach you to trade. That's for the Zoom classes, Stock Market College. I'm not Stock Market College. I'm Quick Trade. Stock Market College, you get a live chat, and they're on there and they'll assist you. And platform trading is all there. I won't teach you how to place a trade. That you get from platform trading, but you will get the signals. You won't get signals if you've got less than 500 rand. It's just trading with 200 or 300 rand. Well, it can be one, but it's, you know, anyway. What do I say to that? Okay, but yeah. So the numbers there to assist you if you so require. How's it, Mark? You've got the economic calendar, you've got the dollar index. Quick as quiet moment's going to be till CPI anyway. Just go over this again. Right click and then save your template. Do not forget to do that if you haven't already done it, and then put your name in and save it. Last thing you want to do is lose your charts. I'm busy and you can't get hold of somebody and the charts are lost. What do you do now? No problem. Click on the chart and then go down to templates and then click on it and the charts will come back up again. Save them. I think that's what you need by saving them. Hope that's all clear. Okay. So Japanese yen seem to be popping up at the moment. Well, that's going to last. Okay, the gold seems to be hovering a little bit. That's still back above 2,000. Don't know where it's going. CPI affected actually. Be very careful. If you're in profit before the CPI, it might be an idea to put your stop loss to entry just in case something drastic happens. Anything what I'm saying not sure, please ask. I'm not here just to talk to myself. I know these things already. You need to interact and ask so I can assist. Modifying stop loss, things like that. I mean, I just had some of the live chat there asking why Faye was taken off her. And I said, well, he went in the market. He had a buy stop as a pending order. So I said, you've got to get a platform trainer to the market order pending order. So these things, that's done as say platform training. But if you're not sure, I can help, but I can't do it half an hour on it. You're a JPY. Yeah, that was not a bad trade. When did that come out? It came out yesterday, Friday, Thursday. Yeah, wasn't a bad trade. I took it as well. I said, to be honest, I opened up 245 to see what you mean now, because I had my TP. Don't know where to hit it because I suddenly checked out, see how I was doing. I suddenly thought it was TP, and I thought, bugger, I forgot to modify it. So anyway, made a good profit, but 245 I did not make. Well, bloody done. Well, bloody done. You see what he did there? He's not trying to grab too quick a profit out of sheer emotion, fear. He's saying, right, I'm on a winner here. I'm going to stay on board. I'm not getting off this trade. He almost certainly modified his TP. Very long, I don't think I lasted a TP out 245 pips away. So I'm prepared to say, Mark, you modified your TP. You will forget to do that. Well, bloody done. Not only modify the SL, but modify the TP as well. Absolutely. All right. Shouldn't have sport me out. I was quite happy there. But I'll tell you what, whatever. Well, bloody done. You made 245 pips. That's the main thing. Oh, is it okay? That was the James strategy. Okay, the momentum strategy. Okay, well, bloody done. Just come to the party, because if we're aiming 125, 150 pips a week, and you've done the 250 since the 6th, which, right, to be fair, it's nearly a week, but that's been flooded with holidays, to be fair. Pretty damn good going. I'll bet you are. Remember, as I said before, look to pips. If you made 300 pips, make it overdo it. Let's make 125 pips a week on a consistent basis. Then you'll have the confidence not to go in with cut values, but go in non-cut values. There's such a phrase as non-cut values, but there we are. It's quite a phrase. Hope all good. You all know what I'm talking about, guys. If not, please say, and I'll try and sort of obviously let's expand on it a bit further. So I'm looking forward to work. Don't forget, don't worry about it. I mean, I do this every bloody day. So you come in, this is where you learn. Then when it was in the Dow at the moment, or they took it or whatever, it's actually not doing very well, is it? Oh, it's coming off a bit now. We went up quite a bit earlier on. It should be coming up now. It's very rare you see the Dow go up and then let's go down, or vice versa. That's when you know there's a funny market going on out there. It happened the other day, last week, I think, the Dow actually went up and that's came off. Why is that? Because it's why does it surprise me? Is what I mean by that is because the major $1 trillion stocks, I know it's $1 trillion much more, the price coming up. Anyway, the $1 trillion stocks are in the like the apples and that, they're also in the S&P, and don't forget they're also in the Dow. Okay, guys, just some of the new guys, don't forget, you see my charts there, unclattered. I remember when I was in the office 2-3 years ago before COVID, guys would come down and sit next to me after do some Forex classes or whatever, and come introduce myself and sit down, and they open up the laptop and it'd be covered in indicators. And I thought it confuses me. I don't know how it doesn't confuse you. So don't clutter it up. If you want to put an indicator on, go for it, pleasure. Once you used it, get rid of it, because you want to be able to go through, I don't know, let's see, let's go to Forex Bear. Anyone, doesn't really matter. What's this one here? You want to be able to go to it and get a pretty quick idea of what you're going to be doing, whether you're buying or selling it, or what you're going to be doing with it. You don't want to spend too long working out that you can't do anything because there's nothing to do with it, and then you've missed out another trade. You spent too long on this. So you want to say, right, let's have a look at this. It's in the sell zone. It's a bit overcooked. It might bounce. Not seeing any areas of bouncing. Look at the candle. It's a 15-minute chart now. Sorry about that. You want to be on the daily. It's in the neutral zone at the moment. They're pretty similar currencies. They're next door to each other. They do big trade together. The dollar's a little bit weak at the moment, but I think the Canadian's not as strong as it should be. So it's too late to chase it now. Stop up there. CP down there. Clearly, you won't get risk reward. You leave it alone. It doesn't take long to fathom that out. Got too many indicators that could confuse you, and quite frankly, indicators tell you all the time what's happened. It doesn't. It lags that price action. This is what you've got to keep an eye on. Okay. So Philly can be a quiet trading room. There's not many people have joined. I might wrap it up a little bit early today. I'm sorry about that, guys, unless you want to keep going on something special. But if we're not getting trades, there's not much action, and you're not interacting with any questions you don't know, which in a way is good, because it means you know the stuff you've learned. And it's pretty boring to hear the same joke 10 times or same story 10 times. You already know it. That's fine. I'm sure you've got other things to do. Yeah, but you get my point. When there's a lot of action going on, and believe me, there are times we've got several out, and it's all go, and the time flies. Is something, hang on, it's already 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock or 5:30, wherever it is, and you're keeping going because it's all go. That's brilliant. When it's quiet, and stuff to do. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, if I can't add value, if you're asking questions, no trades, so no strategy asked about, you've got the details, then might as well wrap it up and then do other stuff. Yeah. Oh, by the way, don't forget, guys, if you've got my WhatsApp number, keep an eye on it. I see a lot of guys who have my number going on to the live chat. You don't need to do that. If to do with trading support or trading advice or assist or whatever, you might as well WhatsApp me directly. I have it on my computer sitting in front of me, and it makes a noise when the WhatsApp comes in. So I know usually one's coming in. And it's a lot quicker, and I can be on it. Otherwise, your sums get passed from pillar to post in the live chat. Didn't do a tech support, stock market college or Fika, or anything like that. No problem. With strange support you got, Mum, right, just easy, just to come straight to me. That's what I'm basing you for. But please, not on demo accounts. That's all I ask. And for your sake as well. Compel this money to play on a demo account. And I've done that myself, yeah. Remember, I had when I started many years ago, $50,000 trade FXCM, an American company. And I thought it was no end of a guy. He was putting phenomenal positions in. So I tap on my good lady on the shoulder and said, Rod, you do know this is fake money. Oh, shit. NZDCHF still doing okay. I think the yen's giving me a bit of jip. But it's about even Stevens, and gold is up slightly, but all very, very quiet, including the NASDAQ, look at it. with the markets open, trust me, you know, with American markets open, I mean, with American markets open as well as everybody else, these are very small movements. Okay, Amanda just joined in. We had 3 trades out this morning. I suppose you could look to join them now if you like. I don't know if you haven't got them. It's been a bit quiet, so you haven't really missed much. JPY, yeah, that was another one. I think I did okay with me. I think I had that one I did okay with. I'm sure I did. Quite a few of them using the AJ strategy, the momentum strategy. Okay, I had quite a few. He's in Japan now, I think, by the way. Yeah, so I think I did okay on that one. I didn't go into again. That's right. That one hit the TP. I wouldn't go into again. If you're still hit, brilliant. Hope he's got some Tom to go to Japan. It's hell of an expensive. I've been there. Oh, it's expensive. Going there year round doesn't count for much. 100 yen coin looks like the old 6 bit in the UK. It's about half the size of the rand coin, tiny little bloody thing. And it's how many rands? What's it? It's 140. What is it? What is it? Rand price dollar. It's about. It's $130. Divide that by 18. What's that? About 60, 48, about 558. What's 18 to that? That's about 660 and 48. Yeah, it's about 6-7 yen or something for 1 rand, and that is nothing yen. 10 yen is, I don't think you have a point in my mind. It's like shell, it's like shrapnel, you know. So yeah, I wouldn't be jumping going there on a rand in the rand sadly very quickly. Beautiful place though. But Roger. You did go for it.
GBP JPY on the momentum strategy. Is it too late to enter on the hour?
Thank you. The momentum strategy I want to look at, so we might find something on that. GBP JPY, go to the daily, clear in the buy zone, go back to the hourly. Bloody hell, you're right. So busy watching about other stuff. What about that? We could have done that on the opening at 4. Oh, where's it going? Now it's going up to resistance now. We want to be on there. How far did it go up? 27 pips. It's better than a kick in the shin. Hey, that'd be all right. 27 pips, quick ones as well in the last hour. Yeah, I think it might have a bit of profit taking pull back here, and then we can maybe try it. Thanks very much for pointing that out. Well done. Thank you. Yeah, I think I might just hang 5 on that. Nice to be in a little bit early on that one. The only reason I say not joining it now, by the way, is if I saw a nice overhead resistance here, and a few, you know, I'll be quite happy, but you see a little bit of resistance there. It might seem to get a few sellers coming in. See them come off a little bit. Don't have to come all the way back. Maybe come back to maybe 70s, somewhere around that. Maybe 10 pips further back. If you see that, guys, remind, we can look at that. That's the strategy for the momentum one. Okay. If everyone doesn't know that, I can quickly explain it. I think a lot of people don't know, they're new to it. This is completely separate from the normal trade. Some of you involved here in the trading room themselves. What you do is you'll go to the daily chart and you pick something. In this case, as Farley pointed out, the GPY. Is it the strong zone or on the sell zone? If it's in the neutral, you ignore it. Now, it's in the strong zone, so you look to buy it. You then check to an hour, and you look at the 10-day, in this case, the 10-hour moving average, and it's got to be above it. Now, for instance, let's say the candle's below it, even on the buy range, you leave it. As it opened above it, that's when you would enter. Okay? And we've been doing that for a week or so, and well, I've been doing it for a week or so, I don't know about you guys. And so far, it's been doing okay. For a very sort of meandering market, I'm quite pleased with the results. If we get some direction, we should have a fantastic return on it. So that's what we do. Look at the daily. I'll give another example. Let's look at the GBP USD. Go to the daily. Right, it's in the buy zone. Clearly it's in the buy zone. We'll look to buy it. Go to the hourly. No, it's below the 10-day moving average. You ignore it. We'll do a few to get the idea. You guys want to join in on this? Not that difficult. Go to the daily. Where is it? Is it above or below? It's not halfway house. It's clearly below. This is below. What do you do? Buy it or sell it? Obviously sell it. It's dropping good stuff. And then you go to the 1 hour, see if you get a sell on it. Yeah, you want to be getting in maybe before 4 o'clock. I'm not sure I'll be chasing it here. You need to be on it a little bit because you can miss it. And then it's tough to go to another one. CAD CHF. No, was it a buy or sell? This might be something here. It's a buy. Don't think it is though. That's a sell. So we don't want to be selling it until it's the next hour. There's one for you. Might get it at 5 o'clock below. It's CAD JPY. That's clearly above. I think it's a buy. No, it's a neutral. Leave it. Sit between the, not the black one. Ignore that. The black and the blue line. It's neutral. Leave it. CHF JPY. That shot's been missed. Again, maybe we should have done it just now. We missed it. Let's do a few more so you get the idea. Don't forget, go back to the daily. Back in here now. There we are. That's obviously in the buy zone. Anyone not see that's in the buy zone? Okay, above the blue and the brown, go to the hourly. Ship sells. You want to be in here. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours ago. You want to what's that? 9, 10, about 7 o'clock this morning. That's you bought that 7 o'clock this morning. Or if you're up at 6, even better. If you're up at 6 and you saw that, and you opened, you didn't get in there, it opened there, and then you get in round about there, and now you'll be up 56 pips. Use this system. Okay, so you missed that one. Never mind. As long as you get the idea, the money you're missing it, whatever. The amount of money you're making at it, you do it. Obviously, you won't make money at it, but rather concentrate on the pips. If you can get a consistent arrival on the pips, then you don't have to get more pips. You just load the pips. In other words, you're getting bigger volumes. This one, doing this one here, it's the EuroCAD. The daily, it's saying a buy zone. The hourly, it's saying just hang on. You might get something if that opens above there at 5 o'clock. So there's a few there if you're writing it down, which you should be, or if you're not writing it down, have a piece of paper, write it down, come back to it. As long as you pipe up and say, can you go back and look at that one again and remind me? Not a problem. Okay, interaction to say. If people don't interact, they're not going to get the hang of it. Neutral, okay. If you go too quick, tell me. What's that? Neutral zone between the blue and the brown. Simple as that. Neutral, ignore it. Go to the next one on the line. You can be quick on this as well. It doesn't take long. Simple as that. Euro GBP, neutral, ignore it. This is the momentum trading one we've got here, not the other ones we talk about. Purely trading involved here. Euro JPY. Above, buy. What about the hourly? Ship, sell. Pity. Should have got in there. But anyway, might be okay. We'll see if we get a better price. That's a possibility. Euro NZD, go back to the daily. Again, a buy. Then we go to the 1 hour. You get the idea. Ship, sell. You want to be in here, somewhere around about this level here, if you could. It's not the middle of the night. Everyone got the idea of it? Same story. Go to the daily. This is the buy zone. Is it above the 10? Yes, it is. Might be one here for you. Follow the range as well. How far we can take it? It's only 14 pips. Possibility on this one. It's above there and it's in the buy zone. Plus, it helps me know the dollar's a bit weak. That might be one. We can maybe chase that one. It's not too far above. It's how far is above? 6 pips. That's nothing. What about that? The momentum one. Here's a possibility. You guys get the idea of it. I think Mandela, you're going to be here before. Shimani, get the idea. Matthew, get the idea of it. Just something just developed in the trading with last week. You wouldn't have heard it elsewhere. Anyone do a momentum shift on that one?
So what moving averages are those lines that you have there? That's my first time in the trading room.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, right. what you need, which is used internationally and very important, is the brown one, which is the 200-day simple moving average, and the blue one, which is the 50-day simple moving average. They're widely, universally, internationally used. Very important. They use as filter for above buy zone, in between the neutral zone, below sell zone, and they act as areas of support resistance. They come back and bounce off it. But I also like the 100-day one, which is the black one, and I also like the 10-day one. If you're using this momentum principle for that, you've got to have the red one. So for the momentum one, you need the blue 50, the brown 200, and the 10, as you can see, the maroon. You don't need the black one. But on normal trades you've been learning about, it is a useful thing to have. It's not as important as the other three, but it's okay. That's why I've kept it on there. Okay, is that all clear? Or did I say it too quickly? Someone have a bad habit of doing it.
No, that's fantastic.
Okay, so you got, hang on, don't go away. Now I've got you on. See what I mean? So what I do is go back to the daily. It's quite simple. This is nothing to do with normal trading. It's just remember, guys, repeat again. If people get the wrong little stick and report it, it gets twisted round, it comes back to me, and they think you got the stompy on it. So what you do is you look on the daily to see if it's above the blue and the brown. It's in between, you ignore it for the momentum principle, not the others. Okay, right. It's not there. It's not down here, which you would look at for sell. It's here, you'd ignore it, and above here, you'd look to buy. Where would you be your entry? When it takes out the red line. Okay, it's actually in theory should have got in there, but we can still do it because it's come back fairly close to it. So we can still look at it if you want to at this moment. But the ideal place to get into would have been around about these levels here. When you open, actually opened up on this time here, which was 10 o'clock at night. So you probably would have missed it if you weren't awake. But it wouldn't have panicked. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Triple 6, 7 in the morning, you might still work chasing, who knows. But the bottom line is, if you done it on this principle, got in around about these levels, I know sometimes it's impractical if you're asleep, but you've certainly been up 60 odd pips. Quite nice, eh? You wouldn't put a stop in, you wouldn't, sorry, put a stop in. We normally use a 50 pip stop on the currencies. You're using the NASDAQ Dow 100 pip stop, and you don't worry about TPs. You just modify your stop, or you keep modifying your stop, or it moves back down here. So let's say you entered here and you had your stop down here somewhere, right? If it turned and came back down here and the full candle appeared below it, you wouldn't wait for your stop to kick you out. You just take it. You just exit. Yeah, it's quite nice. I knew it might have made a 15, 20 pip loss, but that's all right. You just heard Mark say he made 240 pips on this momentum. So you make 240 pips on one of them, and 10 pip on another one, doesn't matter. So that's how it works. And it's nice and simple. So us simple guys can understand it. Yeah, you get what I'm saying there, Matthew? Okay, so it's got
100%, yeah.
Okay, good stuff. Just make sure it keeps above there. This thing comes below there, you want to be out. Not pops its head below, but actually you want to have it, be below it. I mean, you'd still be in there, you'd be out there because it's below it. This one you'd hang on because you're not quite there, straddling it. Okay. That's it, straightforward. Not worried about Fibonacci trend lines, what's happened in the Middle East, did the bomb go off in Turkey? You're not worried. That's all you do. And it's quick. Do another one quickly for you. Go on, where's your GBP one? Where's GBP? Yeah. GBP NZD. Quickly go to the daily. Where is it? Well, pretty obviously it's in the buy. Takes 2 seconds to look at that. Ship sale. It's too far above it. You want to be getting around about here. You're going to miss a lot, but once you get the idea, spend a bit of time checking through, and it's quick. You just go to the top, click on symbols at the top there, make sure it's in alphabetical order. Just go one after the other down the line on it. Okay, and it won't take long. Look at this one. I missed it. Or it's quick, nearly there. We'll have a look at, let's say, 5 or 3 or 2 or 1 or wherever it is. Have a piece of paper and a pen handy, which you should have anyway if you're doing professional trading, just in case you want to jot down questions or notes, and just write it down. Say 5 o'clock. Make a little. Have maybe a different coloured pens, biros or whatever, just to remind you it's there. Hang on, 5 o'clock's coming here. Check it out, and then simple as that. And it's worked quite well. Worked well for me, and from what Mark's doing, fine. And the beauty of the NAS, you get that one right. which I've done a couple of times. One particular time was quite nice here. I made my entire week's pip target on one instrument pretty bang quickly as well. You mentioned the NAS just now, so it's coming off. Obviously, coming off quite a bit. They're looking at a 5-minute chart. Is it coming off quite a bit? No, it's not really. It's coming. That's not really coming off, but not a hell of a lot. It's only 1 hour chart. At least it's coming off, yeah. And here's another one, but you wouldn't be going in this on the strategy we've been talking about because it's in the buy zone. I think it's going to come off anyway, but you wouldn't be going in on this momentum strategy because you're not talking about what I think or value, what it's going on out there. You're purely looking, there's a buy zone on the daily. Is it above just not way above, but above the red on the 1 hour? Then you can enter it. 50 pip stop. And 90 Rand a micro is your risk, and on the Forex, and I would say 100 pips on the other one. So it's about $1. So it's not very much risk. It's about $1. Maybe it's about 20 Rand a micro on the other one. 20 Rand a micro, or 200 if you use the normal. NAS or 20 Rand on the micro. 0.01 or 90 bucks on the Forex, and yeah, the way you go. Hope it's all good stuff. And it's nice, straightforward, and more of a point. It seemed to be pretty damn good so far. It's a little bit funny lately because we've had Easter and that stuffs it up. Not stuffed it up, but April's often holiday time, which can be a bit awkward, but normally it's fine. Now that's interesting, Long. I'm not quite sure. So you went to, is it insert? No, sorry, view. And you went to navigator and it didn't pop up. Is that what you're saying? And Tommy, didn't pop up. Because it should be on there, like I've got it here. That's as you quite obviously see. There's the navigator there, and there's a position size calculator. I don't know. I've got to don't know. You should be able to knock that off and then go up here, view, navigator, and back it comes. Well, what's happened now? What have I done now? What the hell have I done now? Oh, God, no. What the hell have I? Oh, hang on. What have I done? I ain't got the same problem you've got now. I shouldn't play around with things I can't afford. Ah, there we are. It's come back. Can it not? Tried a couple of times. It still doesn't happen. All I can suggest you do is you go to tech support on the live chat, or maybe go Hubber6 in an hour and a half. Just go on. Clinton might be able to sort it out. He really is a tech. He's a tech fundy par excellence. I often ask him questions on technology, which he helps me out on. I'm sorry to say, I'll be honest, I'm an old bugger. I'm the last person to talk to in a technological problem size, I'm afraid. Yeah, but do that, because that's just strange. Right. Sure. You must have that, clearly. If anyone's not got that position size calculator, very much go and get it. You've got to know what the volumes are. You can't go in without a budget. Very, very important. Get to live chat. There you get it there. Technical support.
Yes, Mark, we started off with it and we said, let's look at it again at 5 o'clock. So I think we quickly can look at it. Uncle Raj?
We certainly can. So I just replied to somebody quickly on the WhatsApp. It's quite important, so I did. Definitely fine, for sure. What do you think, guys? I thought it might come back a bit. Do you want to chase it? Do you want to chase it? Let's get to see what sort of, have we got any problems ahead of us? Seems to be trying to break up. Don't quite know why, actually. Let's make this bounce strong. There's potential. Just make it a little bit tighter now. Yeah, definitely. But my only issue is there's quite a bit of resistance there. I'm a bit hesitant on it, to be honest. Just that all that resistance. It's a pity to say we didn't do it at 4. That was like stupid to say what we didn't do. We know what we didn't do. I'm a bit nervous of this. What's the distance? 32 pips. It's quite a long way up. It's quite a bit of resistance. I'm a bit hesitant on this. All right then. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. Let's go to the weekly on that basis. Yeah, good 200 pips up there. Quite right. Okay, just let it clear the wicks first, break that resistance. Okay, or push. I don't think it's going to happen. He pulls back another 40 pips, then you can take it. It doesn't matter if it comes off at 40, you take the 40 pips. What a pleasure. You know what I mean? What was the other looked at? Was a possibly opening of 5. Now I thought I should have written it down like a dickhead. What the hell was it now? One of these. You are?
It was a Euro USD. I took it. And then the other one.
Gone. This thing. And the other one was what?
Damn.
That didn't sound good. It means you missed it. Okay. There's another one. What's it out here? Did it come back? Another one. Did it come back? Nope, not that one. Definitely not that one. Definitely not that one. It's an hour. It's more like it was on the day. Nope. Okay. Whatever it was, can't remember what it was, but another one. Okay, well, not much you can do on that. Okay, fair enough. Okay. Let's go further down. Let's just see anything on the NZD we haven't looked at quickly. Go back to the daily. Yep, NZD CAD. Clearly a sell. Absolutely short price. So, is it? Where's the 200? No, it ain't. Neutral. Beg your pardon. NZD CAD, NZD CHF. That's clearly a sell. We haven't missed this one. Probably have. Yeah, I missed that. It happens, don't worry. There's plenty of other possibilities. And often you find a trade in time nothing much happened using this momentum. I've had quite a few out and done okay. I have nearly 20 out actually, to be honest. NZDCHF, we'll daily first, beg your pardon. That is in the sell zone. This is one you want to watch. It's trying to make its way down. If it can break through the 10-day, have a look at that 6, write it down if you want to do this. NZDJPY for sell if it breaks below the 10, and you'll need to only know that at 6 o'clock. And then NZDUSD, that's a 1 hour sell, daily, neutral, can't do that. Go back to daily now, US dollar CAD, neutral, that won't work. CHF, sell, that could, where's the hourly? Further set it up here, a bit far. What's this gap? It's only 5 pips. That's a better option. Yeah, only 5 pips. All right, that's my only worry in the daily. It's backing to break now. What's the dollar doing? The dollar's still pretty weak. It's going to break through. But on that strategy, it is below the 10 and it's only 5 pips below. It's not a hell of a lot below it. The only thing you might be a little bit nervous of is quite a bit of resistance there. Otherwise, you could be using that one. Dollar JPY on the daily. Not really one you can do on this system here. Yeah, it's not looking good, is it? Because I think we looked at it come up. I don't think many people took this morning. It doesn't matter. Quite know what's happening actually, because the dollar's quite weak. Anyway, I think that's a sell personally, but leave it alone for now. Okay, don't play around the dollar now. It's coming up to CPI uppers due tomorrow. Don't get stuck in a trade. And then 10, 20 pips down. You don't want to close it, but it could go worse for the CPI release. So rather not get clever at the moment with that. That's hovering around, not doing much. It's up a couple of dollars, I know that. It's not better than nothing, I suppose. Just remember, if you're in the gold, make sure you're covered with your stop losses modified to cover you in case the CPI figures knock the hell out of gold if you're going wrong. Just bear that in mind. Are we all clear what I mean? So you can't do the black loss, I know, but if you bought into it, and even if you're only a few rands in profit, you might get knocked out anyway, but it might be an idea to protect yourself with a modified stop loss at entry, just in case the CPI kicks it down for whatever reason. Could kick it the other way, but you know what I mean. We'll think a little bit.
Roger, sorry, are you DCHF?
Clearly a sell. Yeah, we measured just now. It's a bit far. How far is that? 10 pips, not an extortion amount. It's broken through. It's doing the daily. It's breaking through here. Weekly. To crunch it a bit. Might be an idea. This. Yeah, plenty of downside potential. Let's just make it a little bit clearer. Yeah, it's breaking through. Stops 50 pips using the system. That's plenty. You put the stop up there on the hourly, and you got plenty of downside. You don't have to worry about a TP on this. 90 bucks a micro. Pretty good. There you are, euro dollar, and this one on this momentum principle one. Momentum strategy. Yeah. Because it was, I'd be a bit hesitant, it was right bang with support there, but that's broken through. And you got your stop out of the way out here anyway, so you're fine. And even on the daily, let's look at the stop at 50 pips on the daily. Still haven't been there for a couple of days or so. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. There you are. Try that one, see how it goes. Remember, don't have to get too big. We're after consistency. No matter you got a lot size, a mini or a micro. And after that, we're after how many pips you made if it comes right. Let's put me a seriously good move what Mark did there. So yeah, that down, euro US dollar. Plus AUD CHF. What was this one here? 60.14. And the euro dollar, what did you get in on this one? Things are mine, the euro dollar, eh? Was it sell? We win a buy, 92. God, 9010. Remember what's
1.091.
1.091, that's what it is at the moment, yeah. Normal stock at 50, yeah. Remember, it was at parity, in fact, worse than parity not so long ago, it was about 0.9 to the bloody dollar at one stage. Now look at it. Yeah, that should do it. Okay, anything else you want to look at, guys, on that side? We covered anything else? AUD, anything else? What about AUD USD? That's sell. Obviously, dollar's quite weak at the moment, eh? Maybe that's a place you can go for holiday if you want to go see them. What's the distance? 6 pips to sell here. No, my only thing I know, we're not looking at anything else, so I'm cheating a bit, but it does worry me. It's a bit weak, I get that, but the dollar is a bit weak as well. So anything to hesitate about that, but it looks like a sell on the momentum strategy here. Okay, guys, anything else? Anything else you want to look at? Anything else clarified? You got my number and everything, haven't you? There's only about a dozen people left now. Most have left. Maybe we got a bit confused. I don't know. Maybe I'll talk too quick. Everyone up to date? Do you feel there's anything you want to ask about? Have you got the idea of this new strategy? Try it out. If you're not sure, we'll do it again tomorrow. Just remind me when you join again so you get the hang of it. Okay? I hope you get sorted out in your position calculator, Nobby. And Tommy, I mean. Okay. All right, guys. There's nothing else. Only got a couple of people left. Load shedding's come with me anyway, so might as well. Well, I don't know. Load shedding as regards cooking. So that's fine. Okay, it'll be quiet tomorrow. I'd like you to join me. Of course I would. We have the trading room. We can discuss stuff as normal, but just bear in mind, it's nice to be over what you're in for. And then please, if you're not sure the micro indices, how it works, join me at 1 o'clock on that one, and at 2 o'clock on the trading room Zoom for the CPI straddle trade, and then again at 4 o'clock. Okay, good stuff. See you tomorrow. Thanks to you, as always, guys, especially yourself, Mark Farney, and that. And hope you make a habit of coming, and we can take it from there. Rome wasn't built today, guys. Stick with us. Okay. And the Americans say, don't quit. Cheers. Cheers.